Have you been to Fun Hacking Live, any of our Fun Hacking Live events?
I haven't gotten to yet.
No.
No, I just met you, Russell, in like
Oh, you're new in our
August.
world.
Oh yeah, I'm brand new to your world.
Well, very cool. You're in for a treat.
I know I'm in trouble.
You're
I'm in
just
so
getting
much
started.
trouble.
um, well, the last Funnel Hacking Live event we did, I did a session in the very beginning, and I can get you a copy of it. I'll make a mental, have Taylor send to you. But
Thank you.
I did a session. I kind of went through the hero's journey, but in there I talked about, obviously, hero starts in an ordinary world and is going after this adventure, and a big part of it's like, what's the purpose behind it, and in the presentation I talked about how like we always talk about, or you always hear people talk about like, what's your why? What's your why? And like whenever
Yeah.
people ask me that, I felt so confused. Like, what's your why? I'm like, because I want to. Like, no, but go deep. What's your why? And I'm like,
Because I want a nice house.
because I don't know. Like I like for years I just like whenever people I listen to Simon Sinek, I read his whole book. I'm like, what's my why? And I never could connect with that. Like it was always
Yeah.
hard for me until like one day I realized that like I think the why is actually two who's. Um, and that was for me the answer. So like my why was like two who's. Number one is like who did I want to become personally? Like what was my vision for me? Like what I believe my eternal destiny is that I can become. Like who can I become? And the
Yeah.
second who was like then who do I want to serve in this journey, right? And when I started breaking down like my why to like these are the two who's like me, like who do I want to become and who do I want to help? Like then it was like so clear for me, like, oh, my why is that like who am I going to become and who am I going to
Yeah.
serve? And then it got so exciting because I was like, now I know my
Yeah.
why, and it for me
Yes.
it unlocks stuff. And um, so in that
Yeah.
lens, like, and you kind of mentioned a little bit with my last question to you, but like I want to reframe it and it's again, so like based on that, like through this journey, the vision that you're trying to create, like who is it you personally are trying or you want to become? Like what's the vision of yourself that you're excited by?
That is such an interesting question. I think that I've always loved to write since I was a young girl. I always said I was going to be a writer, which is why I became a podcaster. Because I'm like, well, I wrote a book. It didn't do that great. So like, I'll write a podcast every week. Writing to me, like reaching people through writing, I think is one of my main gifts. It's what I love to do. I just love writing. So I think, but when you ask about the why and you talked about two who's, if I looked back on my life and did not do that, I'd be very disappointed. So like my future self, I can't believe how emotional I'm getting. This is so weird to me. But I think I'd be very disappointed if I didn't become that version.
Mhm.
And I don't know what that means. Like I don't know if it means getting on stages or if it means also like creating a whole business around writing for women, but the women I want to help is me 10 years ago. The women I want to help is the woman who, like, I went through a divorce when I was in my late 30s, and it's scary. And then you have to find your own happiness again. And I think that's probably maybe at the heart of it, but I'm not sure if that's all it is. I would have to keep thinking about it in terms of, but I never even thought about making money, Russell, until I was like finished my PhD. And I'm like, well, now what? Now what do I want to do? Because I'm like success driven, probably a lot like you, but it never occurred to me that money would be part of that. I'm like, no, I just want to be successful. I don't know what that means. Like, I don't, and I think I'm starting to see I can make a big impact on women's lives and also not apologize for it. Like, not apologize for the gifts, the monetary gifts that come with that.
Mhm.
I don't know if that answered your question because that's something I'd have to keep thinking about.
Yeah.
The who
For,
is the future me.
for sure. Yeah. Your future self. Um, I'm curious. So when your podcast, you pre-write it and then and read it?
Yeah. Well, not read it necessarily, but I pre-write a lot of it. Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's cool.
Yeah.
Jenna Kutcher does the same thing. She pre-writes the whole thing and then reads it. I'm
Yep.
like that's so much harder than just talking.
I love the
It's
writing
cool
though.
though.
It's the most
Yeah.
satisfying part of it for me. And then I get to share it with them and expand on things as I'm talking about them. But I'm like, oh, I have to add that in, but I have to add it in after. I didn't know
Yeah.
Jenna did that. I have to
Yeah.
like literally add it in after because I'm like, oh, I came up with that
That was
idea. I
good.
have to, like,
Yeah.
why? Who cares?
So you said you wrote a book and it didn't do good, or what? Tell me that story.
So I wrote a book. Well, I shouldn't say it didn't do well. I wrote a book for new teachers and it's called Dear New, it's right here. Dear New Teacher, Here's Exactly What to Do. And I laid out the 5-step roadmap that I teach inside the academy. And because they're teachers and because they're brand new, they're like, this is just a sales pitch. She's just trying to get you to buy the academy. And I'm like, I do, because it's amazing. You guys, you should have this. But like, I got a lot of, I didn't get a lot, but like, I'd say for me, my sensitive heart, I got too many 1-star reviews. She's just trying to sell her book. So disappointing. Or sell her program. So I got a lot of amazing reviews too, but it did not sell at scale the way I had hoped or intended for it to
Mhm.
do. But that's because I'm not that big yet. I mean, I have 3,500 teachers who've gone through that program, which is not small, but it's not huge either. So,
Yeah.
how many can it sell?
So those Amazon reviews though that made you put the
Yeah,
throttle on.
I
Those
did it.
darn reviewers. The
I
good news
mean,
is there's this really cool thing called a book funnel that doesn't have reviews, and
I need to do that with you. I have not done it. I've seen you do this, and I've seen Eileen Wilder actually just do it with hers. And
yeah,
I want to learn how to do that because that would be amazing.
yeah. Eileen was actually here yesterday. She's
Ah,
like loving books right now. She's writing like one every couple months now because she's like
I
loving the
would love,
book
I would
funnels
do
and stuff.
that all day long if I knew how to sell them. So I guess I need to do that. I need to,
Yeah.
is that in my program? I don't even know.
I don't know either. We haven't really done a program on book funnels, but we should someday.
Yeah, you should.
I'm testing next month. We're testing a new version of a book funnel that I have a hypothesis. So I'm going to find out in March if the hypothesis is correct. But I think it is, where it's like a different way to do a book funnel that also ascends people quickly to a back end as opposed to traditional book funnel. Someone buys a book and then there's a secret,
Yeah.
like over time you warm them up to a thing. But I think there's a way to
Yeah.
compress that down very quickly. So
I'll bet you,
I'm
you're
sure
going to
we'll still
figure
be
it
doing
out.
yeah, we'll be still doing these calls, I think, by the time that happens. I can give you updates on what it
Yeah,
looks
I'd
like
love
when
to
we
know.